Whenever people agree with me, I always feel I must be wrong. After a good dinner, one can forgive anybody, even one's own relations. No good deed goes unpunished. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards people we personally dislike. Life is far too important a thing ever to talk seriously about. Some things are more precious because they don't last long. The world is a stage and the play is badly cast. I like men who have a future and women who have a past. We live in an age when unnecessary things are our only necessities. Art is the only serious thing in the world. And the artist is the only person who is never serious. Live the wonderful life that is in you. Let nothing be lost upon you. Be always searching for new sensations. Be afraid of nothing. Humanity takes itself too seriously. It is the world's original sin. If the caveman had known how to laugh, history would have been different. I choose my friends for their good looks, my acquaintances for their good characters, and my enemies for their good intellects. Only dull people are brilliant at breakfast. To get back my youth, I would do anything in the world, except take exercise, get up early, or be respectable. Nowadays most people die of a sort of creeping common sense, and discover when it is too late that the only things one never regrets are one's mistakes. A bore is someone who deprives you of solitude without providing you with company. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul. There are only two kinds of people who are really fascinating: people who know absolutely everything, and people who know absolutely nothing. Every portrait that is painted with feeling is a portrait of the artist, not of the sitter. The world is changed because you are made of ivory and gold. The curves of your lips rewrite history. How can a woman be expected to be happy with a man who insists on treating her as if she were a perfectly normal human being? Everything in moderation, including moderation. The suspense is terrible. I hope it will last. There are moments when one has to choose between living one's own life, fully, entirely, completely, or dragging out some false, shallow, degrading existence that the world in its hypocrisy demands. America is the only country that went from barbarism to decadence without civilization in between. Society often forgives the criminal, it never forgives the dreamer. The public have an insatiable curiosity to know everything, except what is worth knowing. An idea that is not dangerous is unworthy of being called an idea at all. There is no such thing as a moral or an immoral book. Books are well written, or badly written. That is all. I may not agree with you, but I will defend to the death your right to make an ass of yourself. Laughter is not at all a bad beginning for a friendship, and it is by far the best ending for one. There is no sin except stupidity. Men always want to be a woman's first love. That is their clumsy vanity. We women have a more subtle instinct about these things. What women like is to be a man's last romance. Paradoxically though it may seem, it is none the less true that life imitates art far more than art imitates life. Indeed, I have always been of the opinion that hard work is simply the refuge of people who have nothing to do. I have grown to love secrecy. It seems to be the one thing that can make modern life mysterious or marvelous to us. The commonest thing is delightful if only one hides it. The nicest feeling in the world is to do a good deed anonymously and have somebody find out. One should never trust a woman who tells one her real age. A woman who would tell one that would tell one anything. Whenever a man does a thoroughly stupid thing, it is always from the noblest motives. I always pass on good advice. It is the only thing to do with it. It is never of any use to oneself. The basis of optimism is sheer terror. Women have a much better time than men in this world. There are far more things forbidden to them. It takes great deal of courage to see the world in all its tainted glory, and still to love it. They've promised that dreams can come true, but forgot to mention that nightmares are dreams, too. There are many things that we would throw away if we were not afraid that others might pick them up. In this world there are only two tragedies. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. The public is wonderfully tolerant. It forgives everything except genius. The mystery of love is greater than the mystery of death.